What's happening, reckoners? Strap in, because the world of TLC's Little People, Big World has just been rocked by an event so seismic, so utterly explosive, that it makes all the past drama about pumpkin season, farm disputes, and wedding invitations look like child's play. If you thought the feud between Matt and Amy was the peak, if you thought Zach and Tori moving away was the biggest shock, you haven't seen anything yet. We are reporting on breaking, and I mean breaking news, that is still unfolding as we speak. Sources close to the family, and I'm talking multiple verified sources, have confirmed to us that within the last few hours, federal agents, yes, the FBI, have conducted a raid on Roloff Farms. But that's not even the headline. The headline is that this raid has reportedly led to the arrest of Caryn Chandler. Let me say that again. Caryn Chandler, Matt Roloff's longtime partner and central figure in the show's narrative for years, is reportedly in custody, and the catalyst for this entire unbelievable chain of events, none other than Chris Merrick, Amy Roloff's husband. We are being told that Chris, in a move that can only be described as a nuclear option, provided information to federal authorities that has not only destroyed Caryn's world but may have just brought the entire Roloff empire crashing down. This is not just gossip. This is a federal investigation. This is about alleged crimes, not just personal betrayals. In this video, we're going to connect every single dot. We're going to dive deep into the history of tension, the money, the land, the secret deals, and the ultimate revenge. We'll break down what Chris Merrick allegedly revealed, what the FBI was supposedly looking for, and the specific charges Caryn could be facing. This is a comprehensive, detail-by-detail analysis of the downfall. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because you will not get this level of coverage anywhere else. Let's begin. To understand the magnitude of today's events, you have to rewind and look at the simmering tensions that have been boiling just beneath the glossy surface of TLC's editing. This wasn't an explosion that came from nowhere. It was a powder keg built over half a decade. First, let's establish the factions. On one side, you have Amy Roloff and her husband, Chris Merrick. Chris entered the scene as the easygoing, fun-loving guy who brought Amy happiness after her painful divorce from Matt. He presented himself as detached from the farm drama, the financial squabbles. He was the chill stepdad, the funny guy. But insiders have always whispered that Chris was far more observant, far more protective of Amy, and far more resentful of the dynamic with Matt and Caryn than he ever let on. On the other side, the long-standing power couple, Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler. Their relationship began in controversy, shrouded in allegations of overlap with Matt's marriage to Amy. Caryn transitioned from Matt's employee and friend to his business and romantic partner, becoming a co-architect of the Roloff Farms brand post-Amy. She was portrayed as the savvy business mind, the calming influence on Matt, the keeper of the books and the plans. She was integral to the big farm dream, the weddings, the events. But to Amy's side of the family, particularly to Zach and Jeremy, Caryn was often viewed as an interloper, a divisive force who amplified Matt's stubbornness, especially when it came to the failed negotiations for the kids to buy the farm. The central conflict always was the farm. The 100-plus acre property in Hillsboro, Oregon. Matt's life's work. Amy's former home. The children's inheritance. When Matt infamously put the farm on the market for $4 million, with the kids unable to meet the terms, it created a rift that may never heal. Zach and Tori moved to Washington, heartbroken. Jeremy and Audrey focused on their own ventures. The family splintered. And where was Chris in all this? Publicly, he was Amy's rock, staying out of it. Privately, according to our sources, he was documenting. He was listening. He saw the emotional toll the negotiations and what he perceived as Matt and Caryn's manipulative tactics took on Amy. He watched the family fracture. And as a former firefighter and a man with a strong sense of justice, a switch flipped. He wasn't just going to be a supportive husband, he was going to become an investigator. So what did Chris Merrick do? How does a reality TV personality destroy someone to the point of triggering a federal raid? This is where the story shifts from family drama to potential criminal conspiracy. Our sources indicate that Chris's journey from observer to whistleblower began over a year ago. It started with small inconsistencies. Things Caryn would say about farm finances that didn't match paperwork Amy occasionally still received. Rumors from former farm employees about creative accounting for the lucrative pumpkin season and wedding venue operations. Matt's health scares and his discussions of legacy raised alarms for Chris. Was the farm's financial structure being set up to ultimately benefit Caryn and her family over Matt's own children and grandchildren? Chris, using his network and his own diligence, began piecing together a puzzle. We are told he focused on several key areas. Tax evasion and financial fraud, the primary allegation. With millions flowing through Roloff Farms, LLC, Little People Big World royalties, personal appearances, and side businesses, there was significant financial activity. Chris allegedly gathered evidence, bank records, invoice discrepancies, contractor testimonials, suggesting deliberate underreporting of income, inflated business expenses being written off for personal luxury, and a complex shell game between Matt's various business entities and Caryn's personal accounts. Was money from TLC, meant for the family business, being funneled into accounts that only benefited Matt and Caryn, cutting out the kids' legitimate shares? Real estate and loan fraud. This is the big one. Remember when Matt offered the farm to Zach for $4 million with a $2 million down payment? Or the various parcels of land sold off? Chris reportedly dug into every property transaction over the last decade. He is said to have found evidence of appraisals being manipulated, of loan applications, both personal and business, containing false information about assets and liabilities, and of undisclosed kickbacks from developers. If the FBI is involved, this is a major trigger. Wire fraud, bank fraud, and mail fraud are federal crimes. Misuse of funds and embezzlement. The farm operates seasonal events that draw thousands. Chris's investigation allegedly revealed that funds from these public events, which should have been reinvested into the farm or paid out to all partners, including Amy, who still co-owned part of the land, were being systematically diverted. This could be as simple as cash ticket sales going unreported, or as complex as fake vendor companies being set up to invoice the farm and siphon money. The Caryn's family factor, a persistent rumor has been that Caryn was positioning her own son and relatives for key, well-paid roles on the farm, effectively transforming a Roloff family asset into a Chandler family enterprise. Chris may have uncovered payroll records, no-bid contracts, or fund transfers that gave this rumor concrete, prosecutable form. Chris didn't go to TMZ. He didn't post it on Instagram. He quietly compiled a dossier, a digital file box of documents, timelines, and allegations. And then, through a trusted contact, he delivered it to a federal law enforcement agency. He didn't just make an accusation. He presented a case. That is how you destroy someone. You turn their own paper trail against them. The result of Chris Marek's secret campaign? The scene that unfolded earlier today. According to eyewitnesses in the Helvetia community, multiple unmarked SUVs and vehicles with federal plates converged on Roloff Farms in the early morning hours. Agents, identified as being from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and likely accompanied by IRS Criminal Investigation Division agents, executed a federal search warrant. This is critical. A search warrant at this level requires a federal judge to be convinced there is probable cause that evidence of a federal crime will be found at the location. Chris's information was compelling enough to get a judge to sign off. Our sources describe a scene of controlled chaos. Agents were seen entering multiple structures, the famed big house, the farm office, the wedding barn, and several storage units on the property. They were carrying out boxes of documents, computers, hard drives, and financial records. The warrant would have been specific, seeking items related to bank records, property deeds, tax filings, contracts with TLC, and internal accounting software. The most shocking detail, confirmed by two separate sources, is that Caryn Chandler was detained on site. She was reportedly questioned extensively by agents in a separate room while the search proceeded. Matt Roloff's whereabouts are unclear. Some say he was present but not detained. Others claim he was off property. The distinction is important. Being questioned is not the same as being arrested. But for Caryn, the situation escalated. After the initial questioning, and based on evidence allegedly found in real time during the search, she was formally placed under arrest. She was taken from the farm in a vehicle, not necessarily in handcuffs in public view, but under custody. What was the probable cause for the arrest at the scene? It could have been anything from agents finding physical evidence contradicting her statements, to discovering a specific incriminating document, to a digital file accessed on a farm computer that matched a lead from Chris's dossier. The arrest suggests the authorities believe they have immediate evidence of a crime. So, where do we stand now? And what does the future hold? As of this recording, Caryn Chandler is likely in the process of being booked, fingerprinted, and processed. She will have an initial appearance before a federal magistrate, where charges will be formally read. Based on the nature of the investigation, what could she be charged with? Here are the possibilities. Wire fraud and bank fraud, 18 U.S. Code sections 1343, 1344 using electronic communications or deceiving financial institutions to obtain money or property. This is the most likely federal charge for any loan or real estate scheme. Conspiracy to commit fraud, 18 U.S. Code section 1349, if Matt or others are implicated as co-conspirators. Tax evasion, 26 U.S. Code section 7201, a willful attempt to evade taxes. The IRS does not play. Money laundering, 18 U.S. Code section 1956, if there was an attempt to conceal the origin of illegally obtained funds. The penalties for these are severe, involving potentially decades in prison and restitution in the millions. The implications for the family are catastrophic. For Matt, his life's work is under a federal microscope. His health is fragile. His partner is arrested. Even if he is not charged, he is now tied to a massive scandal. The farm's operations are frozen. The TLC show is undoubtedly finished. His legacy is in ruins. For Amy and Chris, Amy will have complex feelings. Vindication for the past hurts, but horror at the scale of the collapse. For Chris, he achieved his goal of protecting Amy's interests, but at the cost of annihilating any last shred of a family. He will be seen as a hero by some, a vengeful destroyer by others. For Zach, Jeremy, and Molly, their childhood home is a crime scene. Their inheritance is now part of a potential asset forfeiture case. Any hope of reconciliation is gone. Their grief will be layered with anger and betrayal. For TLC and Little People Big World, the show is over. Immediately. No network will touch this. The final chapter of LPBW will be a Dateline special, not a heartwarming reunion. This story is still developing, and massive questions remain. Will Matt Roloff be arrested? He is almost certainly a person of interest. Did he know, or was he manipulated? Federal prosecutors will use Caryn's cooperation to get to him if they believe he was involved. What did Chris Merrick know, and when did he know it? The full extent of his dossier will come out in court. Did Amy know what he was doing? How deep does the fraud go? Is this just about the farm? Or are there other ventures, other properties, other family members implicated? What happens to the farm itself? It could be seized by the government if proven to be purchased or maintained with illicit funds. The idyllic autumnal image of Roloff Farms has been shattered forever. It's no longer a symbol of family perseverance, but a cautionary tale about greed, betrayal, and the nuclear fallout when private wars go public. Chris Merrick, the easygoing guy on a motorcycle, turned out to be the most dangerous player of all. He didn't fight on social media. He fought in the federal courts. And in doing so, he didn't just win an argument. He potentially ended lives as they were known. This is a story we will be following relentlessly. Every court filing, every hearing, every new detail. We will be here to analyze it for you. If you want to stay up to date on this and all the biggest reality TV bombshells, you have to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Smash the like button if you believe this is just the beginning of the end for the Roloff saga. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Chris Merrick was justified, or did he go too far? And who do you think will be arrested next? Big mistake? Little People's Audrey Roloff slammed for letting kids climb on home's roof barefoot in dangerous parenting move. This isn't the first time that the reality star has been called out for her children's behavior. Critics have slammed Little People, Big world alum Audrey Roloff for allowing her kids to climb on the roof barefoot in a new video. The former TLC star shared a clip on her Instagram stories of two of her children messing around on the family's Oregon farm. In it, Audrey, 34, focuses on her 4-year-old son, Radley, whom she shares with her husband, Jeremy Roloff, 35, as he stands atop an ATV in their driveway. The youngster appeared to be having fun, hollering from the roof while his mother recorded the moment. While Joe was putting the lights on, here's our third child. And I have no clue what he's saying, Audrey wrote over the clip. In the background, the couple's eldest child, Ember, 11, was also seen sitting on the home's roof barefoot. The video quickly circulated on Reddit, where users slammed Audrey for allowing both children to perform such risky stunts on the property. "This is so dangerous, is she insane?" one person wrote in the thread. "But it doesn't faze her that the firstborn is sitting on the roof with no shoes on," another commented. "I might be equally, if not more so, concerned with my first child barefoot on a roof, but maybe that's just me," a third remarked. "No adult even supervising. So far away they need to zoom in on camera. This is so extremely sad," said a fourth. "It's so telling that she's painting Rad as wild for being on the car while Ember is barefoot on the roof," a fifth added. "Why is she worried about what he's saying? She should be worried what he's doing," chimed in one more. Audrey and Jeremy are also parents of a 5-year-old son, Bo James, and a 1-year-old daughter, Mirabella. Despite leaving the reality TV world in 2018 and their show LPBW ending its nearly 20-year run in 2024, the pair have still been widely scrutinized over their parenting styles. Last June, the TV personality was called out by fans for placing her newborn daughter in a bassinet surrounded by pillows, which they found particularly alarming and unsafe. Days earlier, fans ripped the star for putting her baby girl in another potentially dangerous position by holding her in a baby wrap carrier. Audrey and Jeremy have gotten the wrath of fans for having a seemingly loose parenting style with their older children as well, but have admitted to doing their best to ignore the hate. LPBW star Jacob Roloff's wife Isabel breaks down misconceptions about living on the family farm. Jacob Roloff and his wife, Isabel Roloff, are setting the record straight when it comes to what life is like on his family's farm, which was heavily featured on the TLC show Little People, Big World. "He didn't get the farm. We live on the property along with Matt Roloff, who owns it still," Isabel shared over a video of Jacob cooking in a kitchen via TikTok on Friday, November 28th. "We rent our house and Jacob works here full-time. I care for the animals." In another TikTok, Isabel shared that they help steward the land plus raise our son and the animals. Jacob and Isabel have a son, Mateo, who turns 3 in December. Jacob also grows the produce, vegetables, fruit, and this year he grew 60,000 pounds of pumpkins. "We hope to keep the farm alive as long as we have anything to do with it," she added. Matt, 64, the patriarch of the reality TV family, has reportedly fought with his children over the property for years. He shares Jacob, 28, twin sons Jeremy and Zach, 35, and daughter Molly, 32, with his ex-wife Amy Roloff. He first listed 16-plus acres of the Hillsboro, Oregon property for $4 million in May 2022 and most recently dropped the price down to $2.9 million in April. He also rents out the main house to visitors. Matt's plan to sell the part of the farm upset Amy, as she insisted they were determined to keep the property in the family for generations. "I never pictured that the house that I raised my kids in for the last 30 years would be a short-term rental," Amy said on an episode of the TLC reality show in 2024. "There should be a family in it." Matt's previous negotiations to sell to his sons Jeremy and Zach reportedly fell through. Both sons and their families quit Little People, Big World before the show was ultimately canceled in 2024 after nearly 20 years on air. They now live in homes off of the Roloff land in Oregon and Washington, respectively. A lot to be thankful for. Counting my many blessings. "We missed Zach and Jackson that are traveling for an international LP sporting event," he wrote via Instagram on Friday, sharing a photo featuring his loved ones. Molly lives in northern Washington. "Thanks for all my daughter-in-laws for making this such a special Thanksgiving. Hashtag Happy Thanksgiving, hashtag many blessings." Amy, 63, also celebrated with her children and grandkids as she was spotted in photos shared by Jeremy's wife, Audrey Roloff. Little People, Big World followed the Roloff family, who have both average height and Little People members, as they managed their farm and navigated life and relationships. The show ran on TLC from 2006 until 2024.